Greetings from Costa Rica and welcome to this 10-minute spiel on HOA fees or strata fees if you're from Canada. A lot of people ask me, what do HOA fees cover? What don't they cover? A lot of people find HOA fees here in Costa Rica to be high. We're going to discuss them as efficiently as possible today in our 10-minute spiel because frankly, life is far too short for long-winded lectures. If you like straightforward information about Costa Rica and our real estate market, be sure to click subscribe and hit that notifications bell for future spiels. Without further ado, let's get into HOA fees. In Costa Rica, what is covered by these HOA or strata fees? You can generally assume that in Costa Rica, any homeowners association will be providing security. And that's one of the biggest single costs in their budget across the board in Guanacaste. Simply put, there are not a huge prevalence of first response security services. Technology has really been slow to be taken into HOA management, and you still see everywhere in our area guards covering condo complexes 24/7, 365, and that can simply be one of the biggest line items on any budget, no matter where you look. Keeping a guard at a gatehouse 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, requires the equivalent of 4 full-time employees at a minimum, and because Costa Rica protects its workers a lot, this isn't a place where you can find extremely cheap labor. You're gonna have to pay benefits to your guards, and their total cost to a homeowners association cannot be avoided here in Costa Rica. Also in homeowners associations, obviously in condo buildings in Costa Rica, the maintenance of everything outside your condo walls is always going to be covered. And to be frank, those are the two items that really I usually feel confident in saying are the only things covered by HOAs in a complex where you've got condominiums. The exterior maintenance will involve painting porches and even maintaining the exterior wood on a condo if you've got wood elements in a lanai. Obviously, the homeowners association or the condo association has to take care of all of the common areas. You also have to have that pool maintenance included. What you do not find covered by condo fees in Costa Rica, frequently a lot of foreign investors will be shocked to find out that insurance is not necessarily covered by HOA fees. There is no legal requirement for homeowners associations or condo associations to cover the entire project, and you do see maybe as many as 50% of projects where there is no common policy, and the only insurance that a homeowner might have would be whatever they're willing to pay for by themselves. Why would you see that? Well, first, in Costa Rica, our construction is generally speaking full concrete reinforced buildings that can't really burn down easily and shouldn't fall down in an earthquake. They're also a lot less susceptible to big problems when you see any kind of leak, happen. It's not like a frame stick build in the US or wood construction where all kinds of disasters can happen in the walls. Here, we're looking at buildings themselves for which an incredibly huge natural disaster would be necessary to knock them over. Second of all, it's often just one of the things that homeowners associations eliminate to reduce their HOA fees so that they can try to have the minimal budget possible, leaving each individual owner the liberty of insuring their condo as they see fit. I would imagine that somewhere along the line, a lot of associations had fought over which policy, how much coverage, how much they should invest, etc. And many of them today have decided that a common insurance policy is no longer the best idea. So be sure to specifically ask about insurance when you're looking at condos and HOA fees. That premium might be about 0.2% of your insured value on an annual basis. Another thing that's almost never covered in homeowners association fees here would be your utilities, though the exception to that can be water. In Costa Rica, there are no associations, to my knowledge, that have a shared electric utility connection. All of the units are always going to have their own electric and internet responsibilities. Sometimes you see complexes with one water connection. And the reason for that is a 2-bedroom condo here is going to use about $8 worth of water per month in Costa Rica. Even if you have planters on your patio that you're taking care of to an utmost top level, water is cheap in Costa Rica. They maintain the billing structure so that small users have a very affordable bill. And in a condo, it's usually, like I said, below $10. For associations, it can be much easier just to throw that all into one water bill and have one meter that's feeding the pool and feeding all of the condos, and having an inspector come by and getting 10 different or 20 different tiny water bills every single month. Let's talk about, a lot of people here say that HOA fees can seem high. And if you're looking at condos in the 1,400 or 1,500 square foot range, it's not uncommon in Guanacaste to see fees that are $500 or more per month. 2-bedroom condos with fees in the $300 to $450 range are the exception to the rule in our area, and you would actually see those rates mostly at complexes that have 30, 40, 50, 60 condos. Those higher density residential complexes really are the places where you can find the most affordable fees. A great example is the Peninsula Complex in Langosta. It's one of the only complexes in Tamarindo or Langosta that has 64 units, and their fees are lower than everybody else in the neighborhood. Next door, you've got luxury condominium projects with just 8 or 10 unit configurations and fees that are $700, $800 a month. I recently visited a luxury project where they have a valet that parks your car, and they're charging $3,000 per month. Yes, fees can seem high, and if you're looking at a 2-bedroom condo with fees that are $550 a month, first of all, think to yourself, how much would this cost if I were a private homeowner? Pool maintenance, security, exterior maintenance, everything that you would do to keep a home running and a pool going and a security system running, those costs would add up to far more than $500 per month on a 2-bedroom private home in almost every circumstance, unless, if you're putting this in someone else's hands, let alone if you tried to have a 24/7, 365 employee available for the security. Your costs are clearly going to be high. And when people look at condos in Guanacaste, I hope that they recognize this continued investment over the years, whether it's $6,000 a year, $8,000 a year. All of that money is ensuring the security, the quality, and really the overall benefit that you're getting from your investment. You'll be able to rent your condos more efficiently and at higher rates if your fees are being used well. And you'll quickly see that in complexes where you've got a great pool, great gardens, good security, you can pay your HOA fees through rentals without too much of a problem. For more 10-minute spiels and great Costa Rica info, do be sure to subscribe.